All right. Welcome to 20 Minutes Could Change Your Life, starring David Klein, one of the illustrious channel managers in the West here. And today we're going to be talking about disaster recovery with our Datto solution. Joe Aloisi is the other smart guy in the room. And I'm just going to turn it over to DK because we only got 20 minutes.
Appreciate that. Thanks so much, Steve. Let me go ahead and see if I can share my screen here and get this party started. You guys see that okay now?
Yep, perfect.
Sir, yes, sir.
All right. So as always, do pay attention. There will be a quiz at the end. And again, you know, the recurring theme here is the idea that, you know, we're not your grandfather's Telepacific anymore. We've made a shift from a legacy competitive local exchange carrier to a managed services provider. And we're wanting our partner community to make that shift with us because there's huge dollars available by doing so. This is the nationwide network, with the only update being those dotted green lines are actually red now. That's part, you know, that's been part of the network for a while. The fiber optic national backbone upon which a lot of what we still do happens is represented there. And just a reminder that now, you know, under our managed services provider kind of portfolio services, we still do voice. We've got a UCaaS offering that we're going to talk about, an update here at the very end that I think everybody's going to be super excited to hear about. It's pretty amazing what we're doing with our unified communications as a service, becoming more of a collaboration platform. And then we've got kind of our bedrock SD-WAN technology partners in VeloCloud and Silver Peak, but we're also doing SD-WAN with Fortinet and Meraki, along with their security and kind of firewall services that, you know, it's so critical today. And, you know, anybody that's not mentioning security in those conversations with your prospects, I think definitely, yeah, you want to start doing so, and we can help you with those conversations. We also are able to leverage Meraki equipment and manage for customers that want help on the local area network and managing switches and access points in their Wi-Fi networks. We can help there. We can even manage the laptops, the desktops, the servers, all that kind of stuff with a managed endpoint service that we talked about, I think, 2 weeks ago. And then one of the low-hanging, you know, pieces of fruit is the Office 365 for those customers. I mean, just find out if you've got a customer and they got their licenses, their Office 365 licenses from Microsoft, and are getting zero support as a result, just ask them if they might be interested in moving that to one of your providers that can provide tier 1 level support, help with any escalations that might be needed, and also take care of the billing. But again, today, we're going to be talking about this, this one here at the bottom, the managed backup, disaster recovery as a service offering that we have in partnership with Datto. Let me stop there. I've gone a bit here. Any questions so far? All right, very good. Let's stay on track. So why is the TPX solution unique? And it really has to do with this kind of hybrid technology or configuration that we're using, where we're going to put an appliance on-prem, do a local backup to it, and then have it replicate to the cloud, and actually 2 different data centers in the cloud for redundancy and resiliency, that type of thing. We're doing full image backups, so if, you know, you were to lose a server completely, we can restore everything, including the operating system on there. And then there's this inverse chain technology, which allows us to restore around a failed backup, an incremental backup. And the difference there is, prior to Datto coming out with this technology, once there was a failed incremental backup, anything beyond that point was trash and could not be restored. But with this inverse chain technology, we can restore around that one failed incremental backup and get the customer the maximum amount of restored data possible. We can verify what's happening with screenshots. And then this is a huge one here, guys. I mean, everybody's talking about it because it's so prevalent these days, is this ransomware. And so in addition to try and block ransomware with endpoint protection, with firewall protection, we also have the ability to take a look out for ransomware issues with this backup DR service that we're offering, so we can detect it and then we can roll back to a clean set of data prior to the network being infected with the ransomware, and then we can avoid your customers having to pay those huge ransomware demands that come with these types of infections. Any questions there? All right, good. So as always, why TPX? And it's a lot of what we just talked about. It's, we've got this hybrid configuration, which is, best in the world. And because of our size and strength, we've got people that can support your customers around the clock, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We've got these incredibly fast backups and restores, and we're actually backing up typically every 15 minutes versus, some people are backing up once a day during the middle of the night. No, every 15 minutes, anything that's changed is being captured. We've got that automated replication in the cloud that we talked about, the ransomware we talked about, and then we also have automated alerting and weekly reporting that can really help your customer's IT team when they've got to say, answer to their executive leadership team, hey, how do we know that we're covered if there was a disaster? Oh, here's the report that shows you the backups that we've been doing up to last week. And then again, the big one here is this full suite of services, meaning that you might uncover an opportunity for somebody that's doing tape backup, for an example. And we could talk about why they want to cease and desist that immediately, if not sooner. But then we might be able to ask a couple of additional questions, and all of a sudden, some of those other services that we looked at on slide 5 might be requirements as well. So instead of just a single solution, now you're looking at multiple solutions. You're looking at several times multipliers on your spiffs and on your residual income as a result. Any questions on why TPX? All right, good. So here's a case study that actually was, a live example. This was one that I did a couple years back, I think, where my partner uncovered a need for an updated backup kind of DR scenario. So we went there, started with that, ended up being about an 1850 in MRC and about 7,000 in non-recurring for that deal. But then ended up uncovering that they had old aging phone systems, PBXs, that needed to replace. And so we were able to layer on a UCaaS deal that added an additional 7,000 in monthly recurring charges and another 40,000 in non-recurring. So a real example of, this nationwide bowling alley that, because the partner reached out to us, we were able to add additional services. Any question? Good. We might finish on time today, Steve. So, that's all fine and dandy, but how do I sell it? And so we've got, and your agent manager has this document where we've gone and put in discovery questions for every one of those services we saw on slide 5, but some of the ones you might consider using for this backup disaster recovery as a service that we've been talking about today is simply, how are you handling data backup today? Do you have a disaster recovery plan? Are you able to generate any reports off of your backups today? And then what happens if a server were to fail? And then how do you know what will happen if you attempt to do a restore? Because a full 50% of tape restorations actually fail. And a lot of people don't know that. So those are just a few. Again, we can help you with those. If, maybe launch one of these. If you get some interest, reach out to your channel manager, grab them. We'll grab one of these brilliant solutions architects that we've got and do a full discovery and get it figured out. So here's the current residuals and spiffs that are being paid out today. And something is interesting that I discovered this morning and did not have time to fix is I don't see MSX backups listed here. So, but I'm fairly certain, and Mooney, maybe you can chime in on this one. I think we're paying 5 times the monthly recurring charges. No, not 5. I think 4 times the MRC on the spiff on this backup service. Is that right, Steve? He might be on mute. So go with 4, and then we'll provide an update if it turns out it's 5. But I'm almost positive it's 4 times for the spiff, and then 25 points to the master on the residual basis on this service, which is extremely lucrative. Which brings us to our quiz. So question number 1. Who is the technology partner TPX uses for backup and disaster recovery?
Datto.
Ding, 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 ding.
I'm answering because I can't, there's something wrong with my link here. I can't unmute people.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to win the gift card.
Yes, you are. So question number 2, a hybrid backup disaster recovery solution includes backups both on blank and in the blank.
We could have them type it into the chat.
Yeah, that would be.
So you're not able to hear me, Steve?
Oh, I hear somebody.
I can hear you, whoever that is. Who is that?
Oh, it's Steve Robb. Hey, guys.
Steve Robb. Hey.
Hey, I actually have a question, but not, well, I kind of have the answer. It's probably an on-prem device and in the cloud. It would be my blank fills. But
Absolutely.
my question is, have you guys considered bundling the bandwidth, or at least sharing with the clients what the amount of bandwidth is going to be needed on-prem to do a successful backup in kind of the time frames that they're considering? It might be an interesting way to bundle some additional bandwidth to help those guys, because if these guys have big files to back up, it could take quite some time if they don't have adequate, pipes.
Yeah. No, that's a good thought question, Steve. And as you know, we still do bundle in bandwidth as needed in support of all these different managed services that we looked at on slide 5. So I love the approach. Absolutely could be done.
And I'd like to say that as part of our discovery, Steve, that is one of the key components we talk about is, backup storage versus how much bandwidth do you have in order to support those backups. So we'll let a customer know whether or not they're going to have a good experience or not if they're trying to back up 4 terabytes on a broadband. It's just not a good thing.
Over the weekend.
Exactly. And then the third and final question is, what is the name of the security feature that can save a company from being held hostage? I'm sure I even remember this one, frankly. Oh, sorry. Let's go to page down. Ransomware detection and rollback, Joe. Joe, I thought you were going to get that one. Damn it, man.
You talking to me?
No, I'm just
okay.
teasing.
I didn't know I was playing.
Yeah. Yep. Sometimes we need you, my friend. So what's up next? So coming on December 1st, we're going to be talking about cloud-controlled Wi-Fi and the Meraki offering we have for that. And then on the 15th, we're going to be talking about selling to state, local, and education type organizations and this this group called NASPO that we'll get into. And then as far as our sneak peek, the UCX upgrade that I was talking about that's going to take us from unified communication to a full-blown collaboration offering is this UCX with Cisco Teams. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for more on that. And then
and I will chime in and say that we're the only provider that Cisco is doing this with. So
Yep.
we're true differentiation on that.
Yep, it's huge. And then also our Microsoft Teams voice integration is going to be launching on the exact same day. So more to come on those. And then as a bonus, what time are we at? Ooh, 2 minutes under. So as a bonus, for those that have a little additional time to stay, our solutions architect extraordinaire, Mr. Joseph Aloisi, has offered to donate some of his valuable time to show us exactly what can happen when customers got this backup disaster recovery service and loses a server. Maybe they blow their power supply or something, server goes down. One of the features that we hadn't really gotten into yet is with this service, we can actually spin up a virtualized instance of the down server and have that provide service to the local area network while the server is being repaired. And that restoration happens literally in as little as like 10 minutes. So let's see, do we have anybody left that might want to take advantage of a live demonstration of what that looks like?
Well, I'm wondering if we should set that up as a separate little demo, and I can record it and then send it out to all the partners.
That'd be cool.
You know, why don't we coordinate a time where we can set aside a quick 15 minutes and do that disaster recovery virtualization restore.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a better way. That way I'd send it to about 150 different partners and they'd get it.
Yeah, we could all send it out and, literally it'd be like a 10-minute video. It'd be
Let's
perfect.
do that.
Okay.
Let's set a time to do that.
All right. Love it. Okay. So with that, I think we're on time and ready to rock and roll with the rest of our day.
All right. Well, thank you, DK. Appreciate it. Joe, Mr. Mooney, and Mr. Steve Robb. I haven't even announced you yet. Steve will
I
be
shouldn't have spoke then.
Steve will be joining he's in the stands watching the team play right now. He's going to be joining officially on Monday. Can't wait.
I'm suited up, my friend. I'm suited up.
Right.
I just need some TPX swag to, probably wear colors or something. I don't know. New Jersey, I guess.
It's on the way.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Avid Raider fan, baby.
It's a rare breed.
I know. Yeah.
So you've been to prison.
Well, the background check may have discovered some stuff, but that was a long time ago. Who knows?
Well, I logged into TPX.
I think the
HR.
governor wiped that off my record. I think I'm okay. But
I logged into TPX HR and checked that box when nobody was looking. The background check. So anyway, guys, thanks a lot. DK, great job. And we'll join this.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. All right, take care. Bye-bye now.